Welcome to the Rise to the Challenge podcast. Joining me today, he's the author of 14 Days in Beijing. It's Chancellor Jackson. How are you doing today, Chancellor?
Hey man, blessings and balance to you and blessings and balance to everyone that's tuning in right now, man. For real. Appreciate you for having me.
Well, we're so excited to have you on the show to talk about your rise to the challenge. What we like to do with our guests is go right to the beginning. Talk about where you're from and what were you involved in growing up?
All right, so yeah, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. For those that are familiar with the Atlanta area, I'm from Smyrna specifically. So it's just northwest of Atlanta, right outside the city. Born and raised here, played football that a good portion of my life. I played football for 9 years, eighth grade, all the way through college. Very easygoing, laid back, chill dude, you know what I'm saying? Very likable, friendly, just peaceful, honestly, just a good spirit overall. Yeah, so I played football in high school and all the way in college as well. I went to Stetson University, D1 school down in Florida. Those that are football fans, I'm a DB at heart. I played every position in the secondary unit: free safety, strong safety, corner, nickel corner, you name it, for sure, for sure. And once football came to an end, my last year, my senior year of college, you know what I'm saying, started applying for jobs. And ain't really land nothing. I was applying for jobs about 8 months, but I ain't land nothing until like July. And the first job to tell me yes after 8 months of applying to different positions for different companies, all basically domestically. The first job to tell me yes was on the other side of the world in China.
Wow.
So I took my to China where I was teaching English to children as young as 3 years old, all the way up to 14. I was supposed to do a year and only ended up doing 6 months because I got locked up out there and did 14 days in a Chinese penitentiary, hence the book 14 Days in Beijing. But you know what I'm saying, came back to America. Now I teach still, coach high school football, DBs, of course. Um, I'm a mentor, life coach with this nonprofit organization called the UMA Foundation. And yeah, man, just running a couple marathons, trying to get established, selling books, you know what I'm saying, with steady marketing and pushing my already published writings. And you know what I'm saying, I still got more stuff to come that's in the woodwork. So just, you know what I'm saying, just, man, just a jack of all trades, like I like to consider myself.
So, what caught your eye with football when you started playing at a young age? What made you want to play it? Was it an athlete that was on TV or someone inspired you? Tell me that kind of background.
Just because like as kids, like we always played, especially at recess in school, or you know what I'm saying. The neighborhood I grew up in, we got two big fields, so we always play football. You know what I'm saying, just in our free time. So just playing it from just like a street sport aspect was like, dang, bro, I really enjoy it. This is like one sport I enjoy playing no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I definitely want to play organized football. Um, so that's what really grew my interest to really get into it. And it was a bumpy road at first, just because I ain't started playing since eighth grade. Most people been playing football since they was knee high to a bullfrog. You know what I'm talking about? Since they was
Yep.
kids. So I was a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? Especially just learning football. You know what I'm saying? The fundamentals and just really, you know what I'm saying, the organization part aspect of it. Um, so once I was able, it took me literally a whole year, a whole season to get acclimated and for the game to slow down for me a little bit. So came the following year, my freshman year of high school, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to start in free safety position on our freshman football team and just work my way up the ladder in the rankings from that point on. You know what I'm saying? I was always an underdog when nothing was ever given to me. So I had everything I was able to accomplish with football, I got it at the mud myself. You know what I'm saying? So all of that definitely fine-tuned and just helped me evolve into the man that I am today. You know what I'm saying? Just great sense of discipline, work ethic, accountability, a leader. Um, yeah, man, just yeah, I'm gonna go get her for sure, for sure, for sure,
Do
for
you
sure.
think if you didn't play football, those qualities that you found in yourself when you were playing football, you would have found at that time? Or do you think football helped you grow as an individual?
yeah, if I didn't play ball, I have no clue what type of individual I'd be, where I would be. I, man, and that's crazy to really think about because it's like, man, football was such a huge part of my life, and like I literally shaped my identity around it. Like I embodied being a football player, student athlete, to the best ability that I could be. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do it the right way, do all the small things right, the little things. You know what I'm saying? Um, just I definitely wanted to set myself apart from the rest of the pack. Um, Even though I wasn't the most athletic, or I wasn't the fastest, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like I had to do something to set myself from the pack. You know what I'm saying? With you know what I'm saying, in comparison to the rest of my teammates that you know what I'm saying that play this sport. So definitely, man, football taught me a lot, especially at the collegiate level, because now it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more business. You know what I'm saying at this level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we man, you learn a lot and just the depths of the game for real, for real. Like man, football is a in depth, complex sport. It ain't just a bunch of individuals on the field just running into each other like rams. You know what I'm saying? Like no, it's a blood sport, it's a barbaric sport for sure. But no, it's very very strategic and you can't be no idiot and be no bonehead playing this sport. You know what I'm saying? And truly, truly excel at it for sure, for sure. You just had that IQ and you know what I'm saying, knowledge of you know what I'm saying, just the game and your position and you know what I'm saying, all of that. Like it's really, really, really levels too. And that's with any sport, for real, any sport. But you know what I'm saying, football is the ultimate team sport, I feel like.
Was football something that you wanted to do long term career wise, or what was that dream job that you were wanting?
Honestly, I had no clue. It always changed, especially the older I got. Like I mean, when I was in elementary school, I wanted to be the first black president of the United States, and then came along Barack, and I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I could still do it, but it's like, man, just it ain't gonna be the same. It's like he already done did it, so it's like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something that ain't nobody really doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, somebody did it. Well, then lost its value there. Let me find something else. Started playing ball. Of course, anybody that plays sports at a young age or just growing up, your end goal is to, for the most part, your end goal is to make it to the leagues, the professional, you know what I'm saying, aspect of it. Um, but not everybody's going to make it to that level. You know what I'm saying? So uh, after you know what I'm saying, once I realized I didn't even really realize that, you know what I'm saying, the NFL wasn't going to be like feasible until like I'm in college. I'm
Mhm.
already in college. And that's when it really hit me because I'm just going through so much adversity and politics. I'm just like, man, if I'm dealing, and I was dealing with it in high school too. So I'm like, if I was dealing with it at these lower levels, man, I can only imagine the BS that goes on when it's strictly business. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody here getting paid, like it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm already knowing it's even uglier at that, you know what I'm saying, at that level. So it's like, I was like, yeah, I'm really good. At this point, I'm content with where as far as I made it, because I've made it further than most people I know, for
Mhm.
sure. Even people I don't know, I know I still made it further than the other millions, hundreds of thousands of high school football players that was around in my class. So, you know, I was at peace with it. I was cool. You know what I'm saying? So, it was from that point on. That's when it was like, okay, Chancellor, who are you? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Football is over with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. That's no longer the identity. You can't put that mask on anymore. So who are you, bro? Damn, that's a good question, Chancellor. I don't know. Well, I gotta have a conversation like, man, I gotta re-identify myself all over again because I identify as one thing for so long. So, and that aspect right there, man, it can make or break an individual depending on just their mental toughness, emotional toughness, and spiritual toughness. For sure, for sure. I mean, if all that ain't intact, then man, that can ruin you. I've seen it firsthand. That's why I'm saying that. I've seen it firsthand. Like, football could be the love of your life, or you know what I'm saying, be the worst thing that had happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Just based on how it plays out and how much you devoted to it and how much love you have for it. Like I just done seen it firsthand. So you know what I mean? It could be a good taste in your mouth, or it could be a sour, bitter ass taste in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done. So I was just fortunate, you know what I'm saying? Fortunate enough to have the taste in my mouth to be sweet and harmonious and satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
During your time in college, was that you talked about not identifying as just an athlete, but more than that? Was that your opportunity to kind of find different avenues, different paths that you kind of wanted to enjoy? Is that how the communication part came about also?
World. So yeah, so it's funny because it was a like I said, everything I was able to accomplish, I had to get it at the mud. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was given to me. So like I really ain't even figure out what school I was going, because I went like once at the end of my senior year of high school, I had this amount of offers, this amount of schools looking at me. Coaches said, nah, the hell nah, fuck no, the hell no, that wasn't the case at all. Here I am in the city. I ain't got no looks, I ain't got no colleges interested. I have nothing on my plate. So it's like I have to make something shake. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I definitely want to play at the next level. So just me, you know what I'm saying? I'm reaching out to coaches from all divisions, all different types of schools. You know what I'm saying? I'm just emailing, applying to schools, getting in, reaching out to the coaching staff, see if I could find a home if next year. And ended up applying to Stetson, got accepted, and I was going down. I scheduled a academic visit. You know what I'm saying, to go down there and shadow one of the students for a day, and they was gonna give me money for it, like scholarship money to do it. So that, you know what I'm saying, it's a business trip essentially. But I'm like, well, since I'm gonna already be on campus, let me reach out to the coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them. So tapped in with them. They're like, oh yeah, come, you already gonna be down. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta go all that they way to, you know what I'm saying, make arrangements for me. So like, I'm already gonna be down there, bro. Like, what's up? So they was like, oh yeah, we'll tap in with you. And so I was able to set up a meeting time with them while I was down there, and just through all my efforts, and you know what I'm saying, everything. Here it is, April. I got one more month till I graduate from high school. I still have no clue where I'm going. And one of my friends, he texted me, hey, he said, hey boy, you know you're on Stanson's roster? I said, huh? He sent me the screenshot. I'm looking at, so I go to their website. Here I am. I'm on Stanson's roster. I'm like, oh shit. Oh damn. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's how just all that played out. And it was funny when I went down on a visit originally. Um, I was with the admissions, and they was like, "Oh, like, what do you want to major in?" I said, "What are you talking about? What, what are you talking about? Like, what is that?" They like, "What do you want to study when you get here?" I'm like, "Oh shit, oh man, I ain't even man. I'm so my mind was so focused on football. That was neither here nor there. So like when she posed a question right there on the spot, I'm like, man, I'm at a loss for words. Like that's something I just completely neglected. I didn't even think about that. So I'm just looking at the wall, all the majors. They got a wall of just all the majors that they offer. So I'm just looking at it, going through it, and my eyes land on communication and media studies. And when my eyes landed on that one specifically, I had a flashback to one time when I was in class, and I heard a classmate talking about the major, like, yeah, communication, you be on TV, you can broadcast, all this stuff. I was like, okay. So when I seen communication, I flash back to that moment in class. I'm like, I remember Shawty talking about that. I'll go with that one. That's how that played out. That's how that played out for real. And it really turned, you know what I'm saying, it played in my factor. It played in my benefit for sure, for sure. Just my spirit naturally, and just how I am naturally. Like it was the perfect major for me. And like end of my freshman year, I was working with our broadcast production team at Stetson. So and that's when I'm learning about audio control, like for our basketball games, controlling the audio going in and out of commercials, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah, stuff like that. I'm working the camera, filming the game. I'm doing interviews. You know what I'm saying? I'm interviewing all different types of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I was introduced to just that aspects of communication, which was, you know, which made me pick it anyway, just because I flashed back to the conversation I had with Shouty. So it was just, you know what I'm saying, it was just crazy how everything came full circle. But I only did that my freshman year. After my freshman year, um, the boss that was a head of the broadcast production team, he went to another school. He got another job someplace else. So after he left, I'm like, well, that's it for me. Back to football. You know what I'm saying? Football, I go. Um, but just having that little bit of background though definitely just played in my benefit, and um, just my willingness to just try different things. You know what I'm saying? I was a resident assistant while I was in college for like what 2.5 years, in addition to playing football. Um, so when it was all said and done, I hung up the cleats. I'm like, okay, now I got to re-identify myself. Well, I don't know where to start. I don't know what I want to do. Well, the best thing I know, the best thing to do is to just try a bunch of different shit and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yep.
the best thing to do. So I'm just like, that's why I'm just applying to any and everything. I'm reading the job description. If I feel like I can do it, then I'm just gonna apply for it. Rather if I got the experience or the expertise or not, just because I'm like, bro, I know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fast learner. Just show me the ropes, and I'll take it and run with it for sure. So, yeah, to answer your question, yeah. Yeah.
When you were applying for that job in a whole different country, were you nervous like when you got accepted, like, okay, I got to move across the world and I'm leaving everything at home? Or was this an opportunity for like a new start, a new opportunity, and really kind of showcase your skills?
World. So mind you, my football career ended November 2017. So literally after like the last game of the season, I started applying for jobs. I'm getting flown out, put up in hotels, getting rental cars. I'm talking about getting the whole nine, the luxury experience. I was doing this for 8 months straight. And these are all corporate positions I was applying for. Sales, management, marketing, all of that shit. I did this for 8 months straight. And every single time I got told no when it was all said and done with. And the same excuse they kept giving me, oh, you like the experience, da 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 da. But it's like, y'all knew that when I applied.
Yep.
You see the resume, you knew that beforehand. So that's some BS in my opinion. That's some BS. But for sure, to each his own. I let them think whatever. So after 8 months of doing that, and you know what I'm saying, having the same result happen, I'm like, okay, Chance, you got to take a different approach at this job searching thing, because clearly corporate ain't for you, bro. Like the universe is making it evident at this point, like, bro, that's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I took a different approach in my job searching, and you know what I'm saying. I just doing my typical routine, just job searching. I stumbled across a filter, that you know what I'm saying, for international jobs. I'm like, damn, why didn't I think I look outside the country for, you know what I'm saying, for opportunities? Let me see what the world talking about. And that's when I seen, oh, teach English abroad in China. Read the job description. I can do that. What's the requirements? There's only 3 of them. You have a bachelor's degree. It don't matter what your degree is in. Your degree could be in biology. long bachelor's degree. Clean background. All right, check, boom. What's the third one? A native English speaker.
Yep.
That's it. How do I apply? All you got to do is submit a resume. Literally 2 clicks of a button. It ain't gonna take me to no other website. I got to fill out this 100 question questionnaire. You know what I'm saying? I just submit a resume. I saw, oh, boom, boom. All right, and I went on about my search. 2 weeks passed. Within that 2 weeks, I do the interview, hear back from them. Yeah, we want to move forward with you as a candidate. And I'm just like, bro, what is it like? The first job to tell me yes after all this time, all this trial and error, and as soon as I take a different approach, come across some crazy shit and apply for it, I get it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it at this point. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it at this point. Because here I am. I done graduated. You know what I'm saying? I'm back home driving Uber. Like, bro, I didn't go to school for 4 years. I didn't do everything textbook. I didn't do everything the right way, quote unquote. Y'all got me fucked up. Yeah, we're not doing that. So, you know what I'm saying? This is the first job tell me yes. Hey, China want to rock with the kid. Hey, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it, China. Let's see what's popping. Let's show. Natural born leader. And I was always interested in China as a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's an introduction of 14 days. I flash back to a Saturday morning while I'm having breakfast with my mom and my little brother. We sitting down at the table eating, and Ma Dukes was like, hey, what's just randomly? I don't even know what possessed her to ask this, just randomly. She said, hey, there's firecrackers going off in the background. Wow. But she's like, hey, what's 3 places in the world y'all want to go? I make sure we go. First place out of my mouth, China. She looking at me crazy like, why China? Like, you know what I'm saying? You was ready. You why China? That's where everything's made. That's all. Yeah, that's what everything's made. You know what I'm saying? I just remember it's like, but you look on the back, any product made in China, made in China, made
Yep.
in China. I'm like, shit, why is everything made in China? What's going on in China there? You know what I'm saying? We ain't got, why we ain't made it. So what's going on over there? I've always been interested in China just at an early age. So for everything to come into fruition 14, 15 years later, it's just like, hey man, it's universal right here. And it's the first job to tell me yes. But nervous, nah. Natural born leader. I'm a natural born leader. Natural born leaders don't get nervous. Hell nah. What? This it right here. This is what I've been waiting on. This is the. I'm like, they don't get no better than the first job than this. What, I get to live in a whole different country doing something I never thought I'd be doing. You talking about football teaching? Man, what? I'm finessing class. You talking about now I got to teach it? Oh man, what? So it's just like I already knew it was gonna be challenging for sure, but it's like, hey man, I'm a student athlete. We used to being challenged. That ain't nothing but a thing for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I was ready to go. My mind was made up for the most part. Almost I got a green light from the rest of my close friends, family members to like, hey man, do it. So I'm like, man, you ain't said nothing but a word. Here I come. For sure.
So talk about that experience. What did you do? How was it? And how was that experience for you?
China was lit, man. Like everybody that asked me, like, what was China like? You know what I'm saying? But China was lit, man. I don't know if any of you all have lived abroad before. Like, man, it's an experience of a lifetime. Us Americans, we don't get that experience just because we're here in America. We know a lot of foreigners. We know
Mhm.
people that come from different countries, but as far as actually being that, that's something you know what I'm saying. Most of us never get experience, and I grew up in Georgia. I was raised in Georgia, so it's like now what you know what I'm saying. Whatever high school, whatever school I entered, I was there until it was time for me to move on to the next level. So I went to the same elementary school, kindergarten through fifth grade, same middle school, 6 through 8, same high school, 9th. So it's like I've never really had just that new person experience. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Mhm.
like I just transferred to another school in the middle of the semester and okay, I'm the fresh face on, you know what I'm saying, on campus now. It's like I've never experienced that. So aside from when I went to Florida, and Florida is just a state below us. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like that's still too far off. It was a different degree for sure in
Mhm.
comparison to here in Atlanta, but China was just like, man, the extreme. So that was lit just to have that experience, just being a fresh face and I'm in a whole completely different land. I'm talking about culture, frequency, ethics, codes. You know what I'm saying, in all facets. Like this is a completely different world. So China was lit. China was lit. The first 2 weeks they put us up in a hotel to do our training for the job, of course, and to also look for apartments to live in for the rest of our contract. And ended up finding an apartment on the east side of Beijing in Qingnanlu, and it was a business district of Beijing. So I'm in a section with folks that got money. You know what I'm saying? So and it was beautiful. Like you walk out our apartment complex. We're in our complex. We got a corner store, like a little mom and pop, little shop, grocery store. We got a barber shop in there. Of course, I ain't get my hair cut in there, but you know what I'm saying? It's multiple businesses within the neighborhood alone. Then you walk outside the neighborhood, it's another strip of just the business. We got another supermarket, McDonald's, different restaurants and stuff. Walk a little bit further across, now we got another market. You know what I'm saying? Is you know what I'm saying? More like an outdoor, you know what I'm saying? Is outdoors market. You know what I'm saying? But all your produce you can find meats, everything. Man, it's like Walmart, but you know what I'm saying, just these just folks that's just setting up shop, you know what I'm saying. So it's like we got a whole nother market right there, and then I'm talking about just across, you can see it as soon as you walk out the apartment, just across the street, this 14th floor mall called Joy City. Like, especially don't let it be nighttime. Oh man, everything all lit up, man. It was just crazy. Like it was a vibe, you know what I'm saying. And most of working made my job made the experience even better. You know what I'm saying? Because of course that's what I went to China to do. So like if I don't enjoy work, that's gonna make or break the whole experience for me. Luckily, my work experience was harmonious. It was, you know what I'm saying, they walked me into it, eased me into it, and the kids was lit. Kids made it all, you know what I'm saying, work well. I'm working, like I said, I'm working with children, like 3 years, you know what I'm saying? I'm working with jits, so it's like all we doing is just playing games for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I'm 22 at this age, at this point in time. So like, I'm matching these kids' energy. You know what I'm saying? They ain't used to nobody doing that. You know what I'm saying? So they made it worthwhile meeting the different foreigners and different people while I'm out there. Just like, man, what's y'all backgrounds like? Out of all places that I could have met y'all, like I met y'all on the other side of the world, and it ain't easy to get over here. So it's just
Yep.
like, man, that whole aspect is just it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? So just getting acclimated and learning the area and meeting different people, just everything's an adventure. Everything's an adventure. No matter what you're doing. Going to the grocery store, an adventure. Going to the bank, an adventure. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the most simplest things you can think of that you do here in your everyday life. Do it someplace else where it's literally just taboo. They don't look like you. They don't speak your language. Like nothing is everything's going to be challenging just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So, man, exploring Beijing, man, China was amazing. I miss it fondly. I do. I do. You know, I can't wait to live abroad again. I definitely see myself doing it again because it's like, man, that was an experience of a lifetime. And I would encourage everybody, if you are given the opportunity to, and you can do it, man, do it. Do it. You'll learn so much about life, yourself, most importantly, and you know what I'm saying, just the world at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Just because life is different no matter where you go. No matter where you go, it's still life, but it's gonna be different for sure, for sure. So, yeah, man, China was lit. I miss it for sure.
So let's talk about your book, 14 Days in Beijing. What was the events that made you want to write the book, and talk about that experience writing the actual book and reliving those moments?
World. So of course I got locked up out there for 14 days. I was, so pretty much to set the tone of what all transpired for me to end up in that situation. I'm gonna walk y'all through it for the most, just how everything played out for me to get into that predicament. And this is all the first chapter that I'm gonna walk y'all through for the most part in a lump sum. So it's April 4th, 2019. It's a Thursday, so I have the day off. Um, so I'm planning. I got an event I want to slide to with some friends later in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Just to hang out, do whatever we gonna do. Just just parlay. You know what I'm saying? We cooling. So I go through my typical morning preparations, and it's almost time to start getting ready. So it's like I want to pregame before I go to this event. Those that don't know what pregaming is, say you and your friends, your cousins, whoever, you and a bunch of group of people, y'all want to go out on a night full of festivities or a day full of festivities, have fun, all this type of, all this, that, and the other. Well, before y'all actually go out, like, hey, let's meet up at my crib or somebody's crib. Let's meet at somebody's house. We're gonna turn up at the house first. And then we're gonna go out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get a little pregame going on, then we're gonna go out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm like, yeah, I'm a pregame before I slide to this event. Um, so I'm in my apartment by myself, listening to my music. I'm drinking some Chinese liquor, smoking some cannabis out of my little silver pipe. And once I, I reach my crossfade, all right, boom, I'm ready to go. Make sure I got everything, woo. In the midst of me getting ready, I hear a knock at the door. Guess I'm unfamiliar. So I'm like, man, who at the door? Look through the peephole. It's 3 officers from the Beijing police. I'm just like, ooh, shit, boy. This ain't the first time they done showed up at the apartment. But why they're here again, I have no clue, but I'm assuming it's for the same reason. They pop up on foreigners randomly just to check your paperwork and documents, just to make sure you aren't over there illegally. So they did it to me prior. They did it to coworkers of mine. So I'm like, okay, they must do this more than once. So this is a whole different set of officers from the first. It is a different set of officers from the first time. Cause I remember the first time vividly too. So scramble, put everything up, go open the door, and they walk straight in. And the officer in front, he's sitting there talking to me. Now, no, and mind you, I learned a little bit of Mandarin, just enough to move and groove and work my one. You know what I'm saying? Make my way around. But as far as holding an in-depth conversation like you and I are having right now, it's not happening. So he's sitting there talking to me, and it's written on my face, but I don't know what you talking about. So once he realized that, he pulls out his phone, goes to his translator app. He speaks into it, shows me the phone. I'm reading the translation. Are you on drugs? Hell nah. What? Nah, bro, you tripping, bro. Nah, bro, nah, you tripping, bro. I don't know where you getting that from. I'm speaking to him like he can comprehend me, but I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I'm just nah. He's speaking to the app again. Show me the translation. Are there any drugs in the house? Bro, where are you getting this information? No, bro, you tripping, bro. Nah, bro, you tripping, bro. I don't know what. It's some confusion going on. Clearly, passport. Yeah, y'all came last time from passport. That's probably, you need to see my passport, bro. You got me confused with somebody else. So let me go grab my passport. So I went and grabbed my passport, visa, apartment, contract. I grabbed every piece of documentation I had. Or up into the living room, slapped on the tape. All right, this is what you need to look at, bro. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you talking about. What type of time you on? But this is what you need to look at. So he's sitting there going through my documentation. The other two officers are just walking around the apartment, just scanning it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't really looking into nothing, but they definitely got wandering eyes. You know what I'm saying? Just scoping the place out. And time progresses. Yeah, had me sit down at the dining room table. Time progresses. So I'm just sitting in my head trying to think, okay, what's going to happen next? What I'm going to do next? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to think ahead. How I'm going to finesse the situation. In the midst of me just, you know what I'm saying, just sitting there, I hear footsteps coming from down the hall. Because mind you, they never closed the door when they came in. The front door still open. So I hear footsteps coming from down the hall. I'm like, who is that? Lean back. It's another officer approaching the apartment. He got something in his hand. I ain't paying him no mind because I'm just steady. I'm in my head. I'm just reflecting, like just trying to scheme of what can I do next? You know what I'm saying? To finesse the situation. So the officer enters the apartment and hands the item he has in his hand to the officer that I was originally speaking to. And that officer communicates to me using body gestures to pee into the cup. So it was a drug test right there on the spot. And literally, once he communicated that, I was just like, it was probably written on my face, like, it's over with.
Oh,
I'm like, it's over with, boy. I just got done smoking, man. 3 minutes prior to y'all knocking on my door. It's quiet. It's quiet. So do the drug test, failed the drug test, of course. And in the midst of all of this happening, more officers that enter the apartment. One of them speaks English fluently. So he's just sitting here pretty much interrogating me about failing the drug test, where I get the weed from, when's the last. He just want to know any information I can give him in regards to a supplier. Now, mind you, I'm lying, of course. I'm high out my mind, and I'm panicking. So I'm just shooting the shit with him. You know what I'm saying? Everything he asked me, the first thing come to my head, I'm just blurting out. You know what I'm saying? We just going back and forth, back and forth. Once he realized that I wasn't gonna give him any viable information, is when he pretty much broke it to me like, okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? Straight over with. We know what's going on. You caught red-handed, blah, 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 blah. All right, bet. It is what it is. I gotta hold myself accountable at this point. Y'all got me, for sure. All right. They arrested, they throw the cuffs on me, walk me out of the apartment, sit me down in the van, and now this is when just the reflections come into play. Like a lot of just self-reflection, just me holding myself accountable, me trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. Nobody's communicating anything, but I know I'm gonna be straight. I just don't know how anything gonna play out. I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just take note of every minor detail, but remain positive, and you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's accountability. I gotta hold myself accountable at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's, hey man, it is what it is at this point. So enjoy this high one last time. That's what I remember telling myself before we pull it off. Enjoy this high one last time. So we get to one precinct, and it's a typical precinct scene you see in TV shows and movies when they bring the new arrests in, sit them down in the chairs. You got officers on desk, do that typical scene, but it's the Chinese version. So I'm sitting there handcuffed, just steady at war with my reflections, just, you know what I'm saying, replaying everything, and you know what I'm saying, just in my head, trying to figure out what's gonna happen next, you know what I'm saying, how everything gonna play, how I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, how is this situation gonna play out? And like 40 minutes pass, they call me, they come get me, and we get back in the van. So now I'm like, I don't know where we going now. So we riding, and we end up at another precinct. This one's a lot bigger. They have holding cells in it. So they had me change clothes and process me and put me in the holding cell. I'm in this holding cell with 8 other Chinese dudes. I'm still just reflecting, like, and disbelief, like this shit really happening. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, just man, what the fuck? Like, I'm just like, damn, this shit is crazy. Um, so, and I'm at this second precinct for 14 hours. Within that 14 hours, they do an official interrogation on me. And by that time, I had plenty enough time to come up with a story for finesse the officers with. So that but the whole scene, the interrogation scene, is very dramatic in the book, just cause they walk me down to the bottom of the basement, right? Basement of the precinct, into this room, and they walk me to this chair that looks like an electric chair, but it's all metal. It thing locks your ankles, thighs, your waist, your chest, and your arms all in the one place. So I'm sitting in this. I don't think I can move in my head. So I'm sitting. I'm locked into this chair doing my whole interrogation just like it here. You know what I'm saying? So the scene is very dramatic just from that aspect. And it's funny as well, just because the questions they asked me. It's an interesting book for real. For real, there's a lot of different elements and genres that coincide with it. But after interrogation, had me sign, thumbprint the transcriptions of the interview. Um, Take me upstairs, do my mug shot and handprint and all of that, and send me back and throw me back in the holding cell. And I'm in holding cell for the remainder of the time. And I'm just now at this point, I'm just reflecting all of that everything that is taking place up to this point. I'm coming down from my high, so now I'm getting sleepy, fade in out of consciousness, still handcuffed. So I'm sitting down handcuffed, trying to lie down handcuffed, just, you know what I'm saying, trying to get comfortable as I can. You know what I'm saying? Hella time has passed. I look up at the window, it's completely dark outside. Um, so the officers come by this holding cell, get me again, walk me to the lobby, and they bring me my basket of clothes and tell me to get dressed. So I'm like, oh shit. All right, bet. I'm like, my statement worked, everything worked. Hey, everything worked out perfectly. I bet. I get dressed. I'm just sitting there waiting. Now what's gonna happen next? There ain't nobody communicate nothing. I'm just like, what's gonna happen next? So the officer's like, you know what I'm saying? They had me follow them through a door that's behind the front desk. Right. So enter the door. I'm in the hallway now. At the end of the hallway, it's a room, small room, and it's crowded with officers. There's hella officers in the room. You know what I'm saying? So I'm following the CO to the room, and as I enter, I realize I'm in the evidence room. Like it's shelves, hella evidence bags on the shelves from different cases and shit. On the table is four different TV monitors where they watch the footage from the body cameras of the officers. And to the left of the TVs is all the evidence that was confiscated from my apartment. So I'm like, okay, this is definitely the intake. You know what I'm saying? This is evidence room for sure. So they take the flour that I had left, the cannabis, and they weigh it up in front of me. I had 1.4 grams. Now, those that don't know anything about cannabis or anything, you know what I'm saying? But just think about units of measurement. 1.4 grams of anything isn't a lot. You know what I'm saying? It isn't a lot. So literally, I'm talking about, man, I don't have a lot at all. But you know what I'm saying? They take note of everything, put it on paper, have me sign and thumbprint it. I can't read nothing, but sign and thumbprint it. And we get back in the van. I don't know where we going. I'm hoping they finna take me back to the apartment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know though. So it's like 1 something in the morning. We just riding. I'm like, bro, I don't feel like we getting anywhere close to the apartment. I just feel it in my spirit, but I don't think we get anywhere close to where I live. And about 40 minutes pass, and we arrive at this facility with tall walls and barbed wire. And I was like,
Oh,
okay. I see what's going on for sure. I thought it was over with. Damn. Damn, like, So we get in, you know what I'm saying? Take me to the nurse's office, do all the typical blood pressure and all that. You know what I'm saying? All that bull. Had me throw my uniform on, put all my stuff in a bag and put it in the storage room, and they walked me upstairs to the second level of the facility. And now we on the floor where all the males are incarcerated. So we walk in, get to cell 209. He opens the door. The CO opens the cell door, and as he's opening the door, just what I see just throws my psyche for a loop. Immediately, mind you, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Immediately, first thing I see are two Chinese inmates, standing up against the wall, watching the rest of the inmates that are lying down asleep. So these pretty much the only people that's up. I'm the only one that's up. So we make eye contact. They looking at me. I'm looking at them. Crazy as hell. Like they shocked to see me, and I'm just like, but what the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on in here? Um, so I look at the inmates that sleep, and the way I describe it in the book, it looked like a slumber party. Like back in the day, you had to sleep over with you and your cousins and your friends, and you know what I'm saying, there's a limited amount of space to sleep, so we all just got to make room. That's what it looked like. But these bunch of random grown men. So I'm sitting there doing a head count. All right, there's 15 of us in this cell. How many beds is it? Mind you, the beds are just wooden bunks, wooden bunks with cubbies up underneath. It's 9 wooden beds. So it's 15 of us in the cell. It's 9 wooden beds. Okay, that explains why it looks like a slumber party over here for sure. Look to my left, it's the bathroom. It's its own separate room, but all the walls are made of glass. It's a sink, of course. The toilet is a squat toilet, so pretty much a hole in the ground you got to squat over. The shower is a water hose with a shower head tied to it. Black mold all on the walls, flies and gnats and shit flying around. Um, so just after just scanning the cell, I'm just like, man, this shit crazy. I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I approached the slumber party looking for a place to lie down. And one of the inmates that's standing up taking watch, he wakes up 2 inmates to make room for me, and they do. And they had me set my bowl in the cubby. So I just lie down on my back, you know what I'm saying? My hands on my chest like this here, and just staring up at the bright ass light that's on, and just in complete disbelief, uncertainty, man, shock. Just like I was just like, man, this is real. I don't know what's gonna happen, how this gonna play out. Nobody knows I'm here. I ain't been able to contact nobody. Nobody explained anything to me up until this point. I'm pretty fucked right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's looking pretty bad right about now. Um, but hey, at the end of the day, accountability. First and foremost, accountability. You gotta hold yourself accountable for sure. And moving forward, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, first thing first, in order for folks to figure out or start, you know what I'm saying, folks got to know where I am for, you know what I'm saying, for this process to speed up. But I'm like, my disappearance will be, it was already, it was sampled earlier today when I didn't show up to the event. I told you I was supposed to go to the event. So when I did, I was meeting friends and coworkers there. So when I'm like, okay, I didn't show up to the event. I'm sure they called me. I ain't answered. It's kind of weird, but it ain't really a red flag. But it's kind of weird though. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely raising attention. So I'm like, when I don't show up for work on Saturday for my 8 o'clock class, that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the co-workers at the school I worked at, I was gonna meet at that event. So like, I ain't gonna show up to the event, ain't here for class. Okay, something happened. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm like. Okay, that's gonna set it in stone. Like something's wrong. That's gonna be the major red flag right there. So boom. And then I had a girlfriend at the time. So I was like, let me not respond to 2 of her messages. That's gonna set off another red flag. So I know that's the first thing first. Folks got to realize that I'm missing, and then the search for me will start. And you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to figure out where I am after that. But first, you know what I'm saying, until then, I'm gonna have to sit for a little bit until all that play out. So you know what I'm saying, until then, bro, just get you some rest. You know what I mean, as much as you can. And just, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna just take it step by step, bro. You know what I'm saying, at this point. So, and that, like I said, this pretty much all the first chapter that I just sat here and just walked through. And there's 13 other more chapters. So it's a very, 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 very great read. So I'm locked up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 people to one cell, 9 wooden beds. So I don't leave the cell at all, pretty much. For them 14 days straight, all I had was 1 bowl and 1 spoon. That is it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a it's a journey for sure. It's a journey for sure. Very enlightening though. You know what I'm saying? You learn a lot about just me and my spirit and my perspective on things, and get introduced to just different ideas and perspectives that most people won't even really be exposed to or think about themselves. Meet a lot of different characters, and you know what I'm saying, learn more about their background. Most importantly, you learn about China and its culture and its people and its prison system. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
learn about all of it. So it's just like it's a very, 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 very enlightening read as well as entertaining for sure, for sure. For sure,
What's
for sure.
been the reaction from people that have read your book? Are they like kind of shocked at what their system's like, or they're kind of knowledgeable now on what goes on in China and things like that?
Yeah, you definitely you just shocked and one because this is like how let me ask, how many people do you know that lived in China?
None.
So
Yeah.
that alone right there is just like all I got. Oh yeah, I lived in China for a little bit. Folks will stop me right there. You lived in China. What was you doing in China? Oh, you must have been in the military. Oh no, no, you went in the military. Oh, you studied abroad? Nah. What damn, what was you doing over there then? You know what I'm saying? So it's like just from that whole aspect, folks not just used to people. Oh yeah, I live in that's taboo within itself.
Yep.
Especially, especially a man of color. Oh, what? Oh, and you ain't in the military, or you ain't on no school shit. So it's like, yeah, I landed my first job over there. That ain't just eyes get big, they just blown. You know what I'm saying? Oh, then I tell you, I got locked up too. Hey, it's just like, oh, they just like what? Like I can't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? So, but the book has done amazing on Amazon and especially just in the streets as well. I've ranked number one when I first dropped the first original version of 14 Days in Beijing on April 4th, 2020. The anniversary date of when I got locked up, April 4th, 2019. So April 4th, 2020, I dropped the first version of the book. Well, I was still on pre-sale. It ain't even April 4th yet. I was
Wow.
ranked number one in 3 different genres. And ever since then, I've ranked number one well over 15 times in multiple different genres. So because it's just it's suspenseful, it's mysterious, it's a true crime, it's dramatic, it's so many, it's the travel, it's so many different genres that this story can fall into. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't just it ain't just one. Nah, bro. It ain't just one. So it's done quite well, and that's just on Amazon. Me selling it in the streets of my community. Oh man, I can't even tell you how many copies I've sold. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't. I couldn't give you an estimate. Like I don't know. I don't even know. But yeah, it's doing crazy for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. And it's like, man, I knew it was gonna go crazy when I was writing it and editing it. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be something for sure. I didn't think it would go this crazy, and it's like, well, but it's like, nah, you knew it was gonna go crazy though, bro. So it's like, yeah, it's doing like exactly what you knew it was going to, and you're still just scratching the surface. There's still plenty of people that don't know nothing about 14 days. So
Oh yeah.
you still got a lot of marketing to do, my
Yeah.
brother. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's just, hey man, I'm just getting started for real, for real. And I got a lot of different ideas that I want to do with the story. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't want to neglect myself from or negate myself from any market. Not everybody reads. Trust me, I know that. Especially my people don't read at all. So like when I first this cover you see right here, it's up underneath my little things. This is the original version of 14 Days in Beijing. So I dropped the entire story in a 5-book short story series. So I'm just telling the whole story, but it's in 5 different books and they all short stories. Just because I know people don't read like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me just keep it short and engaging.
Hmm.
Boom, 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 keep you running more, ready for the next one. And then I turned around, boom, slapped it all together as one book. You know what I'm saying? The second calendar year later, second anniversary of April 4th. You know what I'm saying? It's a holiday to me. April 4th is a holiday for me. So
Yeah.
I brought it all together full circle then. So yeah, just when that aspect of just writing it physically, okay. Still though, people don't read like that. So it's like, well, a lot of people like I got an audio book coming soon for folks that don't like to read. You rather listen to it. I got you. Uh, you don't like to listen to nothing or read nothing. You rather watch something. Well, best believe my end goal is to turn this into a film or a series, TV show series, whatever. Yeah, I got you for sure, for sure. Like it's multiple projects I want to do with this one project. I think it'd be dope to do an anime too.
Yeah.
Anime will be too hard. Too hard. Comic book, all that be too hard. Too hard. So it's like it's a lot of different projects that I want to do with this one project. You know what I'm saying? So hey man, I'm just running a couple marathons trying to get established, man. That's all it is at this point. Just I already received success, so it's like, hey, let's just keep the momentum going. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Floor this bitch instead of goddamn easing up on the gas and you know what I'm saying, trying to hit the brake a little. Nah.
The final question I'll ask you, for someone that's listening to this interview based on your journey and experience, what tips or advice would you give them to overcome obstacles, accomplish their goals, and rise to the challenge?
First and foremost, you got to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, all that other shit is out the window. How can that be if you don't know nothing about you?
Yep.
Who you are, what you stand for, you don't know nothing. So it's just like you don't know nothing, you don't stand for nothing, you're gonna fall for anything. First and foremost, learn yourself. I'm talking about to the T, to the core. I can sit here and talk about myself all day, every day. You'd be sick and tired of me talking about myself because I know myself that well. And I'm not moved by anything, no opinions, none of that. I'm gonna stand on what I stand on. So yeah, the tip of advice, learn yourself. And if you know what I'm saying, damn, how can I go about doing that? Hey, travel to some place you've always been interested in but never gone.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, go by yourself. Now, of course, you're gonna be in a completely different environment than what you come from or familiar with. So you'll need your phone to navigate, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. But in regards to just communication to the outside world that's not physically within the space that you're in right now, communication, X all that out. Communicate with people that's physically there with you, for sure.
Yep.
As far as the outside world that you can access, the hell no, nigga, delete all that. Delete all that. You know what I'm saying? Just use your phone, just strictly just for, you know what I'm saying, navigation. And you know what I'm saying, all of that. So go someplace you've always been interested in, go by yourself and see how much you learn about you. And definitely you're gonna be comparing which you know, well, at least what you're able to gather about yourself and where you come from and how you grew up and how you go about doing things versus where you are physically and how they came up and how they go about doing. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to, you just learn a lot for sure, for sure. So, and that's just a small little tip. You know what I'm saying? Just to start to learn yourself. At least you know what I'm saying. Put you in a vulnerable position so where you ain't got no choice but to. You know what I'm saying? Rely on you solely. So that's the tip of advice I got. There's one piece, and then it's just like, hey man, whatever it is that you want to do in life, man, you can do it. You're gonna face adversity, without a doubt. You're gonna face adversity. And literally the advice I'm giving y'all is what I did. I was always interested in China, jumped off the porch, went to China by myself, solo dolo, you know what I'm saying? And everything played out the way it was supposed to, for sure. But it's like I learned so much when it was all said and done. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know what I'm saying, I found my purpose with all that being said. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I pose a question. It's like, are you chasing what you're doing, where you are currently in life and what you're doing? Are you chasing a dream? Or are you fulfilling your purpose? Are you chasing a dream? Or are you fulfilling your purpose? Two different things. So it's food for thought if you can't answer that. You know what I'm saying? So learn yourself. Are you chasing a dream? Or are you fulfilling your purpose? Two. Three, you're gonna face adversity. You're gonna face, you know what I'm saying, hardship, trials and tribulations. That's what comes with everything. It comes with anything you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't gonna be easy. Ain't nothing gonna be handed to you. It's gonna be a marathon.
Yep.
And quote hustle. It's a marathon. 10 toes, but with your 10 toes to the ground, you gotta keep going. Keep going. Don't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality between whoever else is going through this or already went through this or is finna go through this is that you're not gonna quit. When it's all said and done, you willing to take, you gonna take the stand behind, hey, I'm willing to die behind what I'm getting after right now. And that's, you know what I'm saying, with just that mindset and that mentality, man, that's what you, an extremist, like the greats, y'all, folks like Kobe and, you know what I'm saying, all these, you know what I'm saying, these greats, you know what I'm saying, okay, this is what, you think they just, nah. Like, it's really levels to it, like it's a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, all of that. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be a marathon. But you know what I'm saying? You're gonna face your hardships, but man, just don't quit at the end of the day. Adversity introduces a man to himself.
Well, Chancellor, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show and talking about your rise to the challenge. You're inspiring so many people, and we're excited to see what the future looks like for you.
I appreciate you for having me on, man. For sure, for sure. Like, to everybody that's tuned in, man. Hey, man, peace, love, and prosperity to you, man. Keep running your marathon. Stay 10 toes down, man. For real.